What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to EU4 with the War of the Spanish Succession scenario. We're in 1782, so we've got about 40 years of the game to go. I'm not exactly sure how many years it's running at per episode, but probably another, 6 or 7, 8 episodes to go, and then we'll do another Let's Play, probably, or come up with something else to do. But yeah, I'm hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm finding it quite interesting just to see what happens. I've been really interested by what's going on out here with obviously the independence of Brazil. Sadly, not sure if any of the others will get free. It'd be very interesting to see if they did, but yeah, I'm not sure we're going to see that. And yeah, I'll be having a think. I think I'm going to be playing as France next. I'm not 100%. It is probably France or the Ottomans. And France looks like they have had their start drastically modified, so I'm going to be probably having a go as France, which is quite exciting. We'll see how that goes for me. But yeah, that's just a heads up. But at the moment, there's plenty going on. Persia, yeah, I don't know why Kazakh declared this war. I know they're bigger, but they're surely not stronger. Like, there's no way. Surely not. Yeah, I don't think there's any way possible for that. Persia, yeah, heavy victory going in their favour. These guys are losing too. Made a mistake. English, Mexico, going after some natives. Oh, Australia has attacked New Portugal, and Portugal actually chose not to defend their colony. Obviously, New Portugal is just Western Australia, but yeah, this should be a pretty good win for Australia. Oh, wow, there's no way Portugal are dealing with those rebels ever. 50,000 out here. Portugal probably don't even have enough boats to bring enough people over to deal with that. But yeah, so far, it is going well for Australia against New Portugal. I imagine, they might grab some stuff here. It was a conquest of a province beginning with T. This one, Timaru. So yeah, they were going after New Zealand, but obviously they could end up with some of Australia too, although there's a big bit of wasteland. I don't know, can you go around the north? You have to go by boat from east to west. Wait, is this a wasteland too? Okay, this wasteland is huge, but yeah, I mean, if they wanted to come get these provinces, there'd be nothing stopping them, and then obviously if they got this block as well, then they would look quite cool, even though it doesn't. It's not worth anything. This is actually wasteland as well. No offense to anyone who lives there. I know we have a good proportion of viewers from Australia. I think it's like 5%, something like that, similar to Canada. About 5% from Canada and Australia, and then it's like 20% or 15% UK, I think, and then 40% US, which makes sense, English speaking, and then there's quite a range beyond that, but yeah, those are like the biggest chunks. Actually, I don't know, I think it might be less from the UK. I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head. But the US is certainly the big one. Europe looks pretty quiet. I know there's that war in northern Italy, although at the moment it seems rebels are just everywhere and hijacking that one. Just getting in the way of everyone. Look, there's revolutionaries everywhere. Savoy, Tuscany. But yeah, I think one of the teams should certainly win. Savoy and the Papal State, I think, yeah, they are winning. They should have enough to win this one. Oh, French Louisiana and French Canada up against France, Floride, Antilles, and Brunswick. Okay, well, they're winning right now. I don't know if they'll win that, to be honest. That's not much, but we'll see. And then Spain going up against some of the western tribes in the Comanche and the Blackfoot here. So yeah, that should be a pretty easy win for them. But yeah, French Louisiana, I mean, is pretty big, and French Canada is helped by this, I guess. But, well, they should be able to beat Floride and Antilles. Okay, yeah, to be fair, French Louisiana is pretty big. It just depends how committed France are, I guess. But yeah, they should definitely beat Floride. In fact, they've already occupied Floride. Although France has now arrived with a lot of troops. And yeah, that is probably the end, because there is more here than in the rest of this territory. So, sadly, not quite what they were hoping for, French Louisiana. But there you go. I mean, if only England backed them, we could have had a complete mess of a war. 13 colonies and France versus England and the French colonies. Could have all been a complete mess, but I don't think we're going to get that. I'm afraid. Ooh. Austria. Oh, Commonwealth secession war. Okay, that's pretty big. Also, Australia is absolutely battered. New Portugal. Persia's got a big amount of war score. But yeah, okay. Austria and Cologne up against the Commonwealth, Spain, and Russia. So, I assume. Who is. Okay, so Russia got the Commonwealth in a personal union, which is massive. That is terrifying for the future of the world. But Spain is allied to Russia. They were allied to Austria as well at some point. A royal marriage. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong nation. Wait, no, Austria? I swear Austria was No, apparently not. Okay, well, either way, Austria is surely going to get absolutely crushed here. And Cologne. Yeah, the Commonwealth's pretty strong. I mean, they not Austria strength, but they're stronger than, normal. Not normal. I don't know how to word this. This is not the Austria that I just finished playing as. That obviously had like 200,000 troops. So yeah, the Commonwealth a much better match. But with Spain, I'm sure sending something to help potentially. I don't know where Spain is, to be honest. They have troops everywhere. But Russia will certainly be involved at some point, I'm sure, to bail them out. Not looking good for the Papal State. All of a sudden, this is back to 0 war score. The Blackfoot got pieced out, and I assume they are no longer with us. Oh, yep, no, there they go. Oh no, the Blackfoot survived, but the Comanche, half of them are gone. The rest is still here. Pacifico Norte. This colony has got so big. Let's see what it does. There's a lot of big ones. France, yeah. French Louisiana. This ain't going your way, is it? Minus 26. Persia now minus 96. The Ottomans have declared war on Persia, though. So I'm sure we'll see a peace deal pretty soon with Kazakh, because, yeah, that is rough. Don't want to be fighting the Ottomans for too long, ever. So yeah, that is brutal. When you finally thought you were turning it around, there's a lot going on at the moment. Just big things kicking off. We did get a peace deal down here, and yeah, Australia completely kicked out New Portugal from both Australia and Oceania. So there we go. Australia looking pretty big. I'm excited for this. They got a good tech level, no allies, but there you go. They could go on to do more in this region. Also, there's a lot of European stuff around here as well as more native nations. You've got the Netherlands, England, Spain, all coming over here. Japan still holding on. What else is going on? Right, Austria is winning. Austria doing well so far, but this isn't like a... Yeah, I don't know what Russia's doing. I don't know where they are. Assume they're busy somewhere. They're just hanging out over here. Some troops heading over. Not great for them. 32 stack there. Wait, what is this? Oh, well, that explains it. What is going on over here? How the heck did this happen? Okay, so this must be the great power ability coming in. Also, a lot of wars ended. What the heck just happened there? Let's pause for just a second. French Louisiana has conquered quite a few things. No, sorry, conquered quite a few things. No, sorry, I got confused there. They are still occupied by France. Yeah, that sucked. I don't think they have enough between the three of them to ever beat France, sadly. So they're going to definitely need some help if they want to get independence. But yeah, Ottomans, they called in some of their vassals. It looks like they might have annexed a few more without me noticing. But there you go. And then what's happened here? So Austria and Cologne, that's what I knew about. But at some point, Qing must have taken their great power option. I think these two are certainly like vassals of Qing, or personal union. They're involved with Qing. They got dragged in. I don't know how Tuscany got in. I assume Austria just called them in or something. Eventually, Austria could call in England, I think, if they wanted to. But yeah, with Qing on their side, that now makes this. This is big. 1786. This is probably the biggest war the world has ever seen at this point. You've got every continent has some involvement. Yeah, that is pretty big. Yeah, this is oof. But that explains why Russia has not gone into Austria just yet. They are probably, and yet the game's we're gonna have to lower the speed. Qing mobilizing normally brings that about. Look at this. Yeah, Russia is gonna have a very rough time all of a sudden. So now it's kind of on Spain to win it for them, I think. Now it's definitely on Spain to carry this side through, because Austria's side's actually winning all of a sudden. But yeah, total, yeah, there you go. Huge difference between Qing. Spain and Russia are down here at 120 and 110. Austria's only here at 74. Commonwealth at 25, so I don't think they're that important in this. But all of Spain's colonies, 66,000. So that's what's going to matter. Qing will beat Russia, so Spain needs to make sure they, beat Austria, basically. Spain needs to beat Austria, and then maybe even go and help Russia, because this is going to be rough. Luckily, this is not worth too much war score, but there isn't going to be many forts either, so it's going to be very quick progress for Qing. And this is really the first thing we've seen them do in a while. Obviously, we've seen them wake up a bit. They had a quiet time. They've started to dip into Southeast Asia, actually quite a bit down here, as you can see. And yeah, they have these guys. Oh, maybe they are. No, vassals, Tonkin and cam. Yeah, so not good news for some of these countries. Japan will be watching. Look how many diplomatic relations they have. They literally just have nothing. They are pretty far away from like anyone that would ally them. I don't know whether Russia would have, but there you go. Probably not. Yeah, Austria is certainly having success here. Spain is Spain's finally arrived, so that might change things, but we'll see. This could get rough. Now that war in Italy did end. Looks pretty similar. Tuscany, Savoy, Papal State, they're all still here. Yeah, I don't think anything too bad happened to anyone. I'm pretty sure the Ottomans integrated someone, but I don't know who. Ragusa's gone. Maybe someone else went as well. I think, is Dongola one of their vassals? Yeah, maybe these guys will join up soon as well. Become part of it all. So far, so good for the Ottomans and Persia, but yeah, look at this, Qing. Good success. They're handing some of it over to Austria, so don't know if they'll get some of this or not. But yeah, this is pretty brutal. Now there's some separatists as well. Not what Russia wanted right now. 8 great powers remain the same. Spain, Qing, Russia. So we got 4 of the 8 involved in this big war. England and France. Mughals all out of it. And obviously the Ottomans are in their own separate thing. Persia did peace out and take a big chunk up here. But yeah, they're going to probably lose quite a bit down here. So it's just kind of a shift to the east, if anything. Nothing too major. Is anyone else going to join it? Oh, the Netherlands have now joined Austria's team. If they call in England, this could get really rough. Like, Spain is in trouble then. Even with I wish there was like a war menu. I think there is actually a better one. I don't know. Well, there is if you're playing, obviously. But yeah, I'd love to see what's going on here. In fact, I don't know if I want to do this. Okay. I think... Hang on. Oh, no, I don't think it works. Just put in Spain. No. Never mind. Just guessing. I mean, you put in observe and it lets you observe. I thought maybe if you just put in the country's name, there probably is a way to do it. But yeah, we could obviously open up the war window, see what the troops on each side are, which you can't do through the ledger. So minus 73. Yeah, so I assume Austria is instead going to get the personal union over the Commonwealth, which will be really big. Not that the Commonwealth have had much choice throughout this whole game. They finally got some independence from Saxony a few years later, and boom, it's gone again. Obviously not keen on having heirs. That might be their issue. Ottomans with 28 war score now. Only 14 for Austria. The minus 70 was specific to the Commonwealth. Spain and Russia can obviously fight for a bit longer, although I'm not sure Russia will have much to say about this. Qing is just nearly twice as strong, fully focused on them as well. Not going to be a good time. It's the first time they've really flexed their muscles, Qing, and like got involved with the Europeans and Russia. So pretty big involvement for them, and something that Europe will have to think about going forward. Okay, Australia, what are you going to do next? That's what I'm excited. Wow, that is a lot of casus belli. Fair enough. You probably want to get an ally. I don't know who. It'd be pretty cool if they allied Japan, but I don't think that'll happen. Where is Australia in development? Them and Brazil. I'm just quite keen on seeing where they are. It might not matter too much, but Brazil's already up to here, so they're already on the first page. New Spain, by the way, is in the top 8 if they were to get their independence. They would straight away be above Austria and England, which is incredible. So we'll keep an eye on if that was ever to happen. A big defeat for Spain, it could happen. Persia's obviously kind of moving up and down a little bit, but above England, but obviously they have institutions to embrace to catch up. Brazil then is just behind England. Then it's the Commonwealth, which will certainly push Austria further back up that list if they do win this war, which I'm guessing they will. Sweden and Netherlands down here. Japan, 395. New Granada's not that bad. Prussia, pretty big. Surprising, they don't look that big. Portugal, 13 colonies. Bhutan, French Canada. Australia's here, so they're between French Canada and French Louisiana, who we just saw completely fail against France. But yeah, I mean, these are French Louisiana covers quite a big part. So yeah, Australia about as strong as this economically, development-wise. But yeah, New Spain, that is surprising because it's not huge. It's not like vast. It's obviously this light green area of Mexico and eats into the US. They're not like monstrous. I wouldn't Wouldn't have expected them to be 5th in the world, but there you go. There must be a lot of trade or something helping them out. And that's quite impressive. More than Austria and England individually. Bear in mind. Right, let's go back to this war menu. Just it's the easiest one to keep track of. Oh, there's lots going on. Prussia going after more of West Africa again. Oh, that's because at some point they got kicked out. I don't know when that happened. I don't know if they lost. That might have been separatist or something. I don't know if they actually lost the war. But yeah, that obviously they lost all that at some point. Ottomans with 50 war score against Prussia. 18 for Austria here. I don't know how much exactly they'd need to get the personal union. Probably about 50. And there's one in the HRE here. Seems to be going pretty well for Lubeck. Good job. Small old Morocco here. They're not doing too much. They're not on that list, despite being quite big. But I guess this is a wasteland, so it does make sense. Swedish separatists. Yeah, Russia could get into some real trouble here. Austria's already sort of pushed through. Spain seems to have been pushed back or kicked out. I don't know where Spain is at the moment, but they're not doing much to help. And this is not going to go well. I mean, Russia probably doesn't want the Commonwealth. Russia just needs to like scrape through and get a peace deal. That's what I did when I played as Austria actually, and I had a personal union on Spain and Bohemia earlier in the game. I didn't win the war, I just got 0 and got to peace out and keep it. So if Russia could just somehow not lose too badly, then there's a world where they still get to keep the Commonwealth, which is a huge boost against Europe, I guess, for the future. Not so sure it's going to help in the long term, because this is a much bigger issue. And it's going to probably start happening more and more. But yeah, Qing, I mean, they've not gone all in. They're not just racing to Moscow, although it looks like Moscow. Is that Moscow? Oh, there's a peace deal. Never mind. What just happened? It ends. It looks like Qing did gain a bit, because I think Russia fully had these provinces before, but not like a huge amount. Austria allied with these guys, but Russia did maintain a personal union over the Commonwealth and their alliance with Spain. And Persia has lost as well. Oh yeah, they've lost a bit down here, and Ottomans crossed over the crossing, which is quite a useful thing to have control of. So yeah, some interesting developments, but Russia does keep the Commonwealth, which could help them going forward. Just an extra bonus. I don't know what that does to the overall development sort of things. Russia remains in 6th place, but yeah, if they could embrace that institution, they would be just off the Ottomans in 5th place. Actually, they'd be... No, everyone's affected by the penalty at the moment, but obviously Russia's is much bigger than everyone else's. There you go, that is still the top 8 for now. Yeah, Russia probably the disappointment on that list. England and Austria still kind of... I'm surprised they're even on there, to be honest, but there you go. I guess, not surprised, but it kind of feels a bit wrong calling them great powers at this point. England still has not integrated Scotland. 100% liberty desire, I guess, is involved. They're guaranteeing Portugal, so obviously Portugal not having a good time. Oh, and Russia just had another sort of peace deal somewhere. Did they? Their name just moved. I don't know what happened to cause it, but the font changed. I mean, it might have just been that Qing's font changed and then Russia's changed or something, but the R moved. I saw it. Oh, they are now allied with France. Well, that's a big game changer. What the heck? Everyone's just changed their mind about Russia, I guess. But there you go. That is a pretty strong pair of alliances for Russia, and that will certainly keep... And with the Commonwealth as a vassal, that is a terrifying prospect. Russia just needs to have enough to defend against Qing, I think. That's what matters, obviously. Now you've got these guys. They'll do what you need in Europe. You just need to prepare yourself. Qing has gone straight into another war with Khost, Bhutan, and Assam, which are... Well, Khost is here, the main guy. Bhutan, and then I assume Assam is somewhere in here as well. Don't know exactly where, but... Oh, is that them? Yeah, that's them there. So that should be pretty easy again for Qing, who are, like I said, sort of awakening from their slumber and conquering quite a bit. Who are these guys? They're new. Ajuran. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, War Sangli is obviously sort of fallen apart, and these guys have taken their place. Still quite a bit going on. Spanish South Africa getting quite big. Still no colonial nations. I don't know why that's the case. A bit weird, but there you go. Portuguese Central Africa as well. Spanish Guinea. Okay, cool. Let's move on. What else is going on? Lots of separatists, pretty much everywhere. No one particularly keen on that. A few wars. Fez. Yeah, the Qing one is the main one. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.